Welcome to today's stream. If anyone is listening, welcome to today's stream, everyone. So today is Sunday. I actually like reviewing the markets on Sunday instead of Saturday. So today would be a bit of a mix in order not to spend a lot of time on this. In order not to spend a lot of time on this, I will heavily focus on the pairs that I really want to trade, like my top pairs. Just like it's gonna be an in-depth analysis, but I did something this week. I paid a professional to learn a particular theory from him. And I'm sure that this week is going to be a great week for me. I'm so sure. In fact, I hopes, I'm sure that this week is going to be a great week for me. And from next month, I will be attending another course. I'll be taking another course on this. I'm sure that all of my investments will be, I'm going to get back all my investments by the grace of God, because I've made up my mind that I'm not going to give up on trading. I'm not going to give up on trading. I won't give up on this. I won't give up. So, I will start today analysis focusing. We're going to start with gold as usual. But I will start with the weekly outlook. Now, looking at it from the weekly point of view, see that actually gold has been, what is this thing called? It's been accumulating. Basically, gold has been accumulating. Gold has been accumulating. I'm going to draw it out on a weekly time frame. That's the resistance right there. And I'm going to call this the support. This is the support zone. I'm going to make this the support zone. I'm going to make this the support zone. Gold has been accumulating, and that's it on the weekly. Now, if I go down to the daily time frame, going down to the daily time frame, I think we can clearly see it. On the daily time frame, I'll bring this to this area, to this breakout block right here, and I'm going to maintain this lower low the way I'm maintaining this ATH. So I'm just going to maintain that. So what I'm going to do right now, I'll delete this as well. Now, looking at the daily charts, there's a liquidity sweep right here. There's a liquidity sweep right here. It happened about two weeks ago, I believe, or 3 weeks ago. And ever since it crossed this liquidity side in this area, it's been buying. So currently on the daily time frame, gold is actually bullish. It's making a series of higher highs. Gold is bullish on the daily time frame, making a series of higher highs. And we've just had little retracements and rejection over time. So that's the analysis on the daily time frame. Now, if you're looking at the move that gold made this week, we can say that gold actually respected this zone. In fact, it respected it in a way that a lot of people wasn't actually expecting. Gold respected this zone. Gold respected the zone that I spoke about on Sunday. It's been holding. It respected it a lot. So we'll go down to I'm expecting this right here is a liquidity sweep. I'm expecting a brief retracement to this zone. This right here is a liquidity sweep. And after a liquidity sweep like that, there is usually a a little bit of a retracement. I'm going to go to 4 hours. I actually paid for a course to learn range theory. Someone once taught me range theory, but I don't know, his strategy wasn't, I really didn't get it because he actually didn't take out time to really explain range theory. So I'm really, really hopeful to learn more on range theory via the course that I'll be taking next month by the grace of God. So looking at this, this eye got swept. So there's going to be a retracement. There's going to be a retracement at most to this level. My money is on this level. And the reason why I am looking at this level as a strong level to push more, go to the upside, to push price to the upside, is because of this FVG gap. Because of this FVG gap, this level is actually equilibrium. Like it's 50% of the FVG gap. This particular breaker block right here is 50% of it. This price will definitely react from this zone, but I just don't know how high the reaction or how strong the reaction is going to be. Price will definitely react from this zone. This zone right here is going to react from this breaker block. I just don't know how strong it will be, but I'm sure that this move, this breaker block right here, would be strong enough to push price to this zone. Be strong enough to push price to this zone. So if I'm looking for a buy, I would enter a buy from this region 3358. I'm going to set a buy limit for 3358, and I will also set a buy limit at 3352. All I'm just going to do is to reduce my lot size. I'm going to reduce my lot size. There's going to be a buy limit here, 335A, and there's going to be a buy limit at 3352 for me. What I'm going to do is to reduce the lot size. And then I'll buy it up. I'm going to hold it to 3,440. I'm going to hold it to 3,440. I will reduce the, I'm going to reduce the lot size. Now, when we scroll down to 2 hours, see that those zones actually make sense. Those zones really, really, really make sense. I'm expecting price reaction from here. In the middle of the night when market open, I'm going to set the limit. I'm expecting price reaction from here. And I'm also expecting price reaction from this zone right here. If this breaker block right here isn't strong enough to push price to the upper side, I'm sure that when price comes to a point of equilibrium, yeah, it's going to go up. It's going to go up. I'm sure when price comes to that point, it's going to go up. So the lot size I'm going to be opening would be 0.4 lots here. And here I'm going to be opening 0.3 lots. 0.4 here, 0.3 lots, 0.4, 0.3. And I'm going to hold to 3, 4, 40. And the reason why I'm targeting 3, 4, 40 is because I'm expecting price to sweep this region. I'm expecting a sweep of this region right here, 3,438. I'm expecting a sweep to tap into the zone, a little bit of retracement before we maybe push up. Because looking at this, most of the support and resistance zone closer to the ATH is already weak. Is weak. Is weak. All of them are weak. So by the grace of God, if I'm able to take an entry from here, I'm going to buy it upward. If I'm able to take an entry from here as well, I'm going to buy it upward. I'll buy price upward because gold is bullish. Gold is still bullish. All we are just experiencing is a bit of a retracement. Gold is still bullish. We are just experiencing small retracement. So I'm going to go to NAS. Oh, say NAS. Oh my God. Last week, I actually analyzed NAS. I analyzed NAS last week. I'm going to go to one to the daily time frame on this. Price haven't actually come to this area, but we're fortunate that we are looking at an engineered liquidity here. So there is every possibility that price is going to bounce off this region. Price is going to bounce off this region. Price will bounce off this region. So. NAS is bullish. NAS is very, very bullish. NAS is bullish. So on the daily time frame, the last day of last week, we closed very bullish on NAS. The candle was bullish. Now looking at this, I'm looking at this right now, and I'm taking a look at this region here. Let me go down to 4. I'm going to go down to 4 to spread it out. This area here, if NAS didn't react from this area, if price actually didn't reject from this area, there's every possibility that we'll be like taking this high. If price didn't reject from this area, there's every possibility that we're taking this high. I'm going to go back down to 2 hours, but I know that NAS will eventually come down to the breaker block that I highlighted, but it kind of needs momentum to come down. It needs momentum to come down. So if NAS didn't react from this zone, because as I'm looking at this area, this is going to be an engineered liquidity right here. This is an engineered liquidity. I'm expecting price to come to this zone to push up. I'm expecting price to come to this zone to push upwards. I'm expecting price to come to this zone to push upward. So it's going to be something like this. If this zone didn't hold, it might go up to take that high. But if the zone hold, we'll have a sharp rejection. If this zone didn't hold, we're going to go up to take this high. But if this zone can hold, if it's strong enough, we will be, price is going to come down this way. Price is going to just come down this way. If this thing is strong enough to hold it. If this zone is strong enough to hold price, it's going to come down that way. So I'm expecting a bit of small retracement from that area. I'm expecting small retracement from that area. Because this zone didn't actually hold price. Price broke through it. Price broke through this zone. I'm expecting this area here to be respected. I'm expecting this area to be respected. If this area didn't, if this area refused to hold, then we're taking this high before there's going to be a rainfall. We're taking that high before there's going to be a rainfall. So that's the analysis on NAS for the week. That's the analysis on NAS for the week. This zone didn't hold. The next zone to get tested will be this zone right here. This particular zone right here. And if this zone doesn't hold more, we're going up to take this high before we'll experience a fall, a serious fall. But there's going to be a serious fall. Let me go back to 1 hour to see what's going on. I was actually expecting this zone to be respected here. I was expecting this zone to be respected. This zone right here to be respected. I was expecting it to be strong enough to push price down. But I guess the news actually made the market very, very volatile. Because if we make this area, if this area becomes the inducement, POI should be this region here. This should be our POI right here. This FVG should be the POI. This FVG should be the POI. I'm gonna put this in. By the grace of God, I'll be awake tonight to see how the market moves, to see the direction of the market for this week. This should be the POI right here, this FVG, but it has turned from an FVG to IFVG. It has turned from an FVG to IFVG. And for people to understand how IFVG work, once an FVG isn't respected, it turns to an IFVG. And IFVG would serve as a bounce for price. It's going to serve as a point of rejection for price. If this has finally turned to an IFVG, so price is going to break through it, come back to the IFVG to push back up. This FVG has turned to an IFVG. Price would break through it, get to another point, a POI, come back to this zone, then bounce off from it. This FVG here has become an IFVG. IFVG. IFVG serve as a bounce off for price. It has become an IFVG. This FVG right here has become an IFVG. And it's very, very sad. I was actually expecting this zone to hold. I was expecting the zone to hold, probably looking for a sell downward. But when market opens, would see how it's going to, we'll see how things will work out. This zone became, oh my God, plans destroyed. Now moving on to BTC, only if I had held. Oh, Jesus Christ. Only if I had held. If I had held last song, that was, I think it's 1 to 6 RR. 1 to 6 RR. I would have actually closed about 600 pips. If I had held, it would have been 600 pips. 600 pips, loju pali. But things are getting better. Things are getting better. Things are getting better. Really, really, really better. I'm looking at possible entries. This was a possible entry. This was another possible entry. So that means that if I add my eyes on BTC, Ultra last week, I think I would have gotten 3 entries on this run alone. I'd have gotten 2 extra entries, 1 entry here and another entry here on this old downward run alone, if I had my eyes on BTC. So once price was able to hit TP, it straight up went, Jesus Christ. A lot of people set limit here, a buy limit in this area. So once there was a liquidity sweep price actually shot up to the nearest liquidity, then it started selling. Price is going to sell. I'm expecting BTC to come down. I'm expecting BTC to come down. BTC didn't respect this zone. It didn't respect this breaker block. It means that people are trying to push price downward. People are trying to push price downward. If this zone becomes weak, the next zone will be this area right here. This week we might see BTC at 110. We might see BTC at 110. It all depends on Trump. Basically, if Trump is just able to not disrupt the news too much, I think the crypto market should be fine. The crypto market should be fine. So I will go to the daily time frame to see the overall move on BTC. Last week, I said BTC was bearish. It was bearish because of retracement. There was an heavy retracement that went on last week. Looking at the daily time frame, on Friday, BTC was very, very bearish on Friday. BTC was bearish on Friday, and expecting BTC to actually break this zone again. But BTC is coming down. BTC is coming down. BTC is coming down. There's going to have to be a sell on BTC. BTC is coming down. Once it comes down, we would experience a sweep. In fact, assuming I wasn't, I would look for a way to enter a sell on BTC. just small cell, and I'll put my TP at 2000. I'm going to scroll down to the 4 hour time frame. This is a cell. This is a clear cell to this region here, head and shoulder. This is a clear cell to this region right here. This is a clear cell to this region. I'm expecting engineered liquidity. This is price would. Oh, this is going to be a good entry. Oh, this is going to be a good sell entry. This is going to be a good sell entry. This is going to be a good sell entry. This area is engineered liquidity. This area will serve as an engineered liquidity, and the entry will be from this zone. Entry will be from this zone. Entry will be from this zone. This whole zone. This whole zone. If price didn't respect this breaker block, if price didn't respect this breaker block, the next point would be here, would be this area, this whole zone. And if price didn't respect it, we're coming to this area. As soon as there is head and shoulder, we're pushing up. This is the area to actually look out for, right here. This is an area to look out for. This is an area to look out for. If price can react from this zone, if price can react from this zone, we will go into this place and it's going to be a potential sell-off. If price can react from this zone, there's going to be a potential sell-off. So I think the best thing is just to wait. Best thing would be to wait to see how price reacts. But this is a very, very good engineered liquidity. This area is a very good engineered liquidity. And then we just enter from this point right here. Enter from this point and share it off to the sunset. I'm going to sell it off. Yeah. So I'm going to set an alarm here. I'm going to set an alarm here. I'm going to set an alarm here. Where's my phone? I will set an alarm there and I will log in on my phone. Guess, just in case. So I will actually log in on my phone to get a lot, just in case the notification won't show. Like seriously looking at good setups there. Very, very good setups. I'm looking at the good setups right now. Very good setups right here. Like really, really good setups. So let me go back to set something up for gold. There is a potential buy from here on gold, and there is a potential buy from here on gold. I will set a limit here about zero point 0.4 lots, and I'm going to set a limit here about 0.3 lots. That would give me about 0.3 extra lots to play with in case price didn't respect the zones. And my take profit would be um, one would be 3,400, the other would be 3,416, and another would be 3,400. So I'm looking at potentially three entries on gold, three entries on gold by the grace of God this week. Three entries on gold. And this one I'm looking at two entries. Two entries, buy to the upside and sell, buy to the upside and sell. I'm looking at two entries right here. Now moving on to GJ. Moving on to GJ. In the beginning of the week, last week, I actually didn't understand how GJ was moving. So I will start with the analysis from the daily time frame. The daily time frame. Now looking at the daily time frame, GJ is currently in a resistance zone, an area that has respected, an area that price has respected for a very long time. It was able to break out of it. It was able to break out of it this last week. So I don't know if it's going to keep being respected or we will, because looking at this right now, we're looking at this is a pure rejection from the zone. This is a pure rejection from that zone. So I will be bearish. I think my bias on GJ this week would be bearish. My bias would be bearish this week. My bias would be bearish because it's price actually sold to take this low, then it went up. Being bearish would actually result to, it's going to result from a change of character. So before anything, there has to be a sign of a change of character. There has to be a sign of a change of character. There has to be a sign of a change of character right here. There has to be a sign of a change of character. There has to be a sign of a change of character, and nobody is, I don't know. There has to be a sign of a change of character. All the things that is currently going on with GJ is just giving a bullish, is giving a bullish outlook. This was supposed to be the sign of a change of character, and I was actually willing to sell 2 weeks ago. I think I opened sell positions, but it took me out. It took me out. Price actually took me out because I was holding to this region. Price took me out on both accounts. So before I enter again, I have to wait. I have to wait closely for a change of character. I have to just wait closely for a change of character because on a lower time frame, price is making a series of lower lows. Price is making a series of lower lows. I'm just gonna stay out of this GJ. I'm gonna stay out of GJ. I'll stay out of GJ. I'm gonna stay out of GJ. I don't understand. I don't understand this move. I'll probably wait till the end of Monday to see what's going on with GJ. I'll wait till the end of Monday to the end of the day tomorrow to see exactly what's going on with GJ. I'm sure a lot of people actually entered from this zone. I'm sure a lot of people entered from this zone. They are currently holding a buy setup from this zone. There's a buy setup being held from this zone right here. It will make sense to buy GJ. It's going to make sense to buy GJ. It will make sense to open a buy on GJ right here. It will make sense to open a buy on GJ, especially after this imbalance. So it makes sense to open a bar in GJ and set TP around here. And set TP around here. But it all depends on if it's going to react from this zone. Let me see the overall move of the market. We had a sweep here. Even though it didn't take this high, it swept it swept liquidity from here, and the price started coming down. Price started coming down, making a series of lower lows, making a series of lower lows, making a series of lower lows. Price started coming down. Price started coming down, making a series of lower lows, making a series of lower lows, lower lows. I have to say, when market opens at night, I have to observe GJ's move. It's giving bearish, bullish vibe, but this zone is a very, very tricky zone. It's giving bullish vibe. It's giving bullish vibe. Okay. I don't think I entered any trade from UCAD, but I'm expecting price to come to this zone. I'm expecting price to buy to this zone on UCAD. Let me go to the day. Let's see what's happening. The daily. This is head and shoulder. This is head and shoulder. Comfortable head and shoulder right here. Price is supposed to retrace. Price is supposed to retrace. This is head and shoulder here. Head and shoulder. There's supposed to be a sell-off on this GBP/CAD. This is a complete QMR right here. This is a very, very complete QMR right here. A sweep of liquidity into the zone. This is a complete QMR. Price is supposed to sell at least to this region. At least to this region. Let me see this region. Price is supposed to sell at least to this region. Price is supposed to sell at least to this region. This particular region right here, because this is a very, very good, a solid QMR, liquidity sweep right there. Break of structure to the upside, and we have a liquidity sweep right here. Break of structure, liquidity sweep, and this is serving as the inducement over there. This is serving as the inducement here. But there's every possibility that price won't actually respect this QMR because I'm coming. Let me bring out my gang box to see what has happened. This is the I right here. This is the I. This right here is 50% premium and discount. Oh, price is going to take this I. There's an 80% chance that this I won't be respected. There's an 80% chance that this I will not be respected. Because price have gone too far. Price have gone too far away from the entry. There's an 80% chance that this setup won't be respected. There's an 80% chance that this setup won't be respected. Looking at it closely, price have gone too far. It has gone too far away from the entry. Too far. Too far, too far. Too far. Price is actually respecting this breaker block. It's respecting this breaker block. It has been respecting this breaker blocks all through last week. It has been respecting this breaker block all through last week. Price have gone too far away from the entry. So I'm kind of expecting a sweep of this I before price starts coming down. There's going to be a sweep of that I. There's going to be a sweep of this I. There's going to be a sweep of this eye right here before price starts coming down. Because price is respecting this breaker block. If I go down to 4 hours, see, it's old. In old, price is respecting this breaker block. Price is respecting this breaker block. I will be looking at the chart as well. I'm looking at this chart. And I'm going to set an alarm here. I'll set an alarm at this point. I'm going to set an alarm at this point. I'm going to set an alarm here. I'll set an alarm here. So that when price is coming towards this breaker block, I'll be able to say, I'm expecting price to actually engineer liquidity around this area. So as to tap into this POI right here, then bounce off. I'm expecting price to engineer liquidity. I'm expecting price to engineer liquidity. I'm expecting price to engineer liquidity. I'm going to be setting an alarm right here. So this week I'm just going to see how this thing will fare. Now moving on to GBPNZ. Last week I said that this thing will hold this support zone. No, I wasn't sure if it was going to hold, but looking at it, it held. So I'm actually expecting a downward movement. Excuse me. I'm expecting a bearish movement on GBPNZ this week. I'm expecting a bearish movement on GBPNZ. I'm expecting GBP to sell to this region. If this region can hold, if this region can hold price, we might see price actually shoot back to the upside after it has engineered a lot of liquidity. But if this region doesn't hold, the next entry would be here, this very breaker block. Because before price started shooting up, it just reacted from the FVG, reacted from this fair value gap. It didn't come to the breaker block area. So it means that it's unmitigated. We'll use this as our inducement and use this as a POI. But I will keep my eyes on GBPNZ from time to time. I'll keep my eyes on GBPNZ, all the GPP pairs. On GU, I actually took a sell loss on this trade, even though it eventually hit my TP. This is the most painful kind of setup. I took a sell. I took a sell from this region. I took a sell from this region because price actually reacted from this breaker block. Price reacted from this breaker block here. So I was kind of expecting it to continue. So basically, it's the reaction that price had from this breaker block served as the engineered liquidity. The reaction it had from this breaker block served as the engineered liquidity. Then it actually went up to tap into the POI, this POI right here, and it sold off to my take profit. I was fortunate enough that I actually caught this ride. I didn't set limits on this entry. I didn't set any limit. I entered manually from when I saw that the move was bullish. I entered manually. I went to the daily time frame and I saw that GU wants to buy. GU wants to buy because we've entered a very bullish zone on the daily time frame. Price has experienced a liquidity sweep, and we've tapped into an FVG, a very strong FVG. That's why I just quickly jump into the buy. So I am actually expecting price to enter to reach this area right here. I'm expecting price to reach this area right here. If I checked the daily time frame, I wouldn't have taken this trade. I wouldn't have taken this trade that I took here. It's a very crazy loss. I wouldn't have taken this trade right here because after the sweep of liquidity in this area, price was experiencing a retracement to this zone. I think I would actually make GU one of my core pair because it's like I understand how price is moving. Like I understand how price is moving on GU. It's like I understand how price is moving on GU. It's like I'll make GU one of my core pairs. I took this trade. I didn't stay in it for long. I regretted it. I took this trade. I didn't check the daily time frame before taking this trade. If I checked the daily time frame before taking this trade, I would have entered a sell for a sell instead of a buy. So when I saw the daily time frame that I entered that sell, but I didn't position my SL in the right place. Because if I positioned my SL above the POI, it wouldn't have taken me out. So I think one of the benefits of actually analyzing the market from time to time is to learn from previous trades, to see areas in which I could have been better, basically. Areas in which I could have been better. I could have taken a better entry, a better analysis probably. I would see areas in which I would have done something better. And it's been helping. I think it's the thing that I actually did differently last week, and it's been really life-changing. This is my entry right here. If I had put my SL, here above POI, above this POI right here, because this was a breaker block, it's turned to a support zone. Now it became a resistance zone. So if I kept my POI above that region, I think I would have still been in the trade to take and to eat TP. Now moving on to GA. GA. Yeah, this one too. I eat. What is this thing called? I eat SL on this. There was GA is bearish. This thing was bearish. I saw that it was bearish, but I didn't mark my entry well. I took my entry from here because on the lower time frame, it actually took a liquidity, and I entered from a POI. It went down a little, then it started going back up because it wanted to take this POI. It wanted to sweep this liquidity. I'll try to see if I can go down. It wanted to sweep this liquidity right here before coming down. This is the protected low. This level right here is a protected low. This level is a protected eye. This level is a protected eye. So as soon as it swept liquidity to the upside, it started selling. It took me out and it started coming down back. It started coming down. It took me out and it started coming down. So I've entered this back, and I actually set my TP to be this region right here because I'm expecting price to tap into this zone. I'm expecting price to hit POI right here and tap into this zone. I tap into this zone. Really price to tap into this zone. I'm currently contemplating on if I should set limit on this trade. But the reason why I am a little bit cautious of this is because going back to the daily time frame, price have already hit this support level. This support level has been respected over and over again. That's why I'm a bit reluctant to enter a buy trade on this because price has respected this zone for a very long time and it's still respecting it. So even though it wants to stop respecting it, it's not going to stop respecting it now. So I'm expecting a sell on GA. I'm expecting a bearish move on GA. At least I'm expecting price to come to take this to take that low. I'm expecting price to take that low. It's just that going into my challenge account, I opened the lot that I opened is 0.7 lot, not one lot. And in a way, I feel a little bit bad about that because my standard lot size is actually one lot. The reason why I decided to start changing the lot is because I want to start opening many positions. I want to start opening many positions at the same time. So I will reduce my lot size to 0.5, my maximum lot size to 0.5. I'll try to reduce it to 0.5. But if I'm able to see a very, very good setup, on just one pair, I think I would be open to actually entering about 5 lots. I'll be open to entry 5 lots. After 5 lots, basically, I'm open to the idea of entering about 5 lots if I see a good setup. So I'm still in the GA trade. Now I will be going down to the Euro trade to analyze. Okay, this I was so lucky that I took this trade. I was so lucky I took this trade last week. I took a buy on UJ. It kind of helped me break even. It helped me break even. I took a buy on UJ. It helped me break even the day that I took a loss on GU and GA. It helped me break even the day I took a loss on GU and GA. So looking at the daily analysis on UJ, you see that UJ have bullish. GJ is actually bullish. GJ is going up on the daily time frame. But the issue with UJ is that it's been accumulating. It's been accumulating for a while, and I don't know why it's been accumulating. It's been accumulating for a while. If you look at it now, if you make this a protected low on UJ, see that it's actually respected this zone. It respected this zone right here. I will go down. I'm going to go down to 2 hours. I'm going to go down to 2 hours to make things clearer. Looking at this right here, this is a breaker block, and this is another breaker block as well. This breaker block held for a long time to create this lower low. It created this lower low, and when you look at UJ, this is a very, very good entry right here. So once market opens, I'm entering this trade. Once market opens, I will enter this trade. Once market opens, I'll enter this trade. I'm going to enter this trade once market opens. So we're going to turn this to like a dash. I'm going to turn this to, like IDM to signify inducement. This is, I will take this trade once market opens. I'm going to take this trade once market opens after confirmation. I'm expecting price to tap into this zone back. Price will tap into this zone. If price can react from this tip right here, this tip right here, then it's going to be a bullish move. So I will wait for confirmation on this before. I'm going to wait for confirmation on this before entering. So what I'm going to do is to set alarm on this trade. I'm going to set an alarm on this trade. I cannot set more than 3. Oh my God. Because I'm running a free plan. I'll have set an alert here so that once price actually cross that region, I will actually get a buzz in case I won't be online. I'm going to get a buzz in case I won't be online. Shasha. Oh, shit, 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 shit. I mean, sometimes I look at price action and I'm usually just impressed. I'm impressed to see some of the things that happen on the chart. I am bullish. I am bullish biased. I am bullish biased for on UJ. I'm bullish biased on UJ. I'm bullish biased on this pair. I'm very very bullish on UJ. Once I'm able to get the confirmation, I will take my entry to that region and I will set my SL to be under this low at 0.5. I'm going to enter this trade at 0.5. I'll wait for that rejection to happen. I'm going to wait for this rejection to happen. I'll wait for the rejection to happen, then I'm going to enter about 0.5 to this eye. I mean, save of liquidity right here, move to the upside. This is just an imbalance. Price was supposed to keep going up because it's the news that actually made price come down. Because price actually created a change in state of delivery from this region right here. It created a change in state of delivery, and it wanted to start pushing up. But then when the news got released, it pushed back downwards. So I am looking at this zone. I won't enter yet because if price can actually reject from this zone, it means people still want to sell. So I need to sit back and watch and see what is going on, because if I'm expecting price to come down to sweep this liquidity, then shoot up back. I'm expecting price to come down, sweep this liquidity, then shoot up back. So I will just wait. I'm going to wait for price to move. That's the most sensible thing to do right now. I'll wait for price to retrace so that I'll see exactly where it's going to. So EJ, going to the daily time frame on EJ. A lot of people are actually bearish biased on EJ. A lot of people are bearish biased on EJ. A lot of people are bearish biased on EJ. I just don't understand why. I mean, EJ is clearly bullish. Or they're probably waiting for change of character. They're probably waiting for a change of character on EJ. EJ is bullish. And change of character haven't happened yet. I mean, if this eye, change of character haven't happened yet. I'm going to assume this is the protected eye, and this is liquidity. Liquidity, blah blah blah. In fact, let me go down to the 4 hours. Okay, people are bearish on EJ because they're expecting a change of character. They're expecting a change of character to happen. Looking at it, this is a protected eye. There's sweep, liquidity sweep, and price actually respected this breakout block right here. So it actually makes sense to sell EJ. It makes sense to sell EJ, but on the higher time frame, EJ is still bullish. On the higher time frame, EJ is still bullish. EJ is very, very bullish on the higher time frame. EJ is bullish on the higher time frame. EJ is bullish on the higher time frame. So once this low gets taken out, this particular low, once it gets taken out, then I think the bearish move will continue. The bearish move will start. EJ is still bullish. I mean, price is respecting the bullish momentum. But I think people are expecting a change of character. People are expecting change of character on EJ. I'm expecting bullish EJ to take this eye. I'm currently in a trade here on EJ. I'm in a trade here. and my target is actually this high, 173. Once price is able to take this high, in fact, I need to have my eyes on this. Once price is able to take this high to create double top, once price is able to take this high to create double top, I believe that price will be ready to rally down. Price will be ready to rally down. This high needs to be taken. This high needs to be taken. I entered a trade and I put my what is it called? My take profit there. I'm currently in a trade on EJ and I kept my take profit here. I kept my take profit at 193 and I kept my SL there. Even though the risk to reward is a bit shaky, I think it's actually worth looking into for me. It's worth looking into for me. I kept my SL. Oh yeah, this is where I kept my XL. 171,940. I'm expecting price to enter here, to come here. I'm expecting price to come here, at least to enter this zone, this particular zone, before selling off. I'm expecting price to enter this particular zone before selling off. That is what me I am expecting. Now looking at EG, I am bullish on this. If I want to, I'm going to put a sell. I'm putting a sell limit here on Euro GBP. I'm putting a sell on Euro GBP from here. I've been looking at this thing since last week, and I'm going to explain why. I'm going to explain why it makes sense to actually put a sell here and take it downward. I'm going to explain why it makes sense to take this move. I'm going to explain why it makes sense to actually take this move. Going to the daily time frame right here, price is supporting, price is respecting this level. It's been respecting it for a very, very long time. It's been respecting it for a very, very long time. And I've been patiently waiting for a change of character. I've been waiting for a change of character on this pair. I've been waiting patiently for a change of character on this pair. Now looking at it on the daily time frame, price is actually respecting this liquidity zone right here. It tapped into this what can I call this zone? It tapped into this zone. Let me go down to 4 hours. It tapped into this zone right here, and I'm expecting it to take this liquidity, take all of this liquidity as it's going up to react from this zone. It's going to react from this zone here. So what I'm going to do is to set limit. I'm going to set a limit. I'm going to set a limit, and I would, by the grace of God, I will hold to this region. I'm going to hold to this region. I'm going to hold to this region. So this is about 100 pips. This is about 100 pips. This is about 100 pips. 100 pips. About 100 pips. What I'm going to do with this is to enter one lot. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. I went to enter one lot. Thinking about it is a bit scary. I went to enter one lot on this. By the grace of God. I enter one lot on this. I'm going to enter one lot for this particular run. I'll enter one lot. I'll enter one lot. I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this move for a very long time. Now I'm going to go to Euro NZ. Moving over to the daily time frame. This is the daily time frame right here. I am expecting this zone to be respected. And so I'm expecting a sell. I'm expecting this zone to be respected. But I actually need to put into account that a retracement has already happened from that zone. A retracement has happened from that zone. I mean, price actually retraced from that zone to this area, right here, to this support level, to this support level, this support level, right here. And it has successfully swept this eye. It has successfully swept this eye. So I think the best thing for me to do is to just wait. Because even looking at the daily candle, it's like price is not even moving at all. It's just weakening up and down, weakening. I'm expecting a sell on this, on Euro NZ. I'm expecting a sell on Euro NZ. But I've discovered that Euro NZ and GBP NZ, they move in the same direction. Price, these two, they move in the same direction. GBP NZ and Euro NZ, they move in the same direction. If GBP is selling, if you go and check Euro NZ, it's going to sell as well. So I'm just waiting to catch one of it so that I will be able to catch the other as well. They move in the same direction. I actually opened this sale. Let me go down to 4 hours. I was hoping that price will sell from this region because, I mean, oh, price actually reacted, but it wasn't a strong reaction. After liquidity sweep, price reacted from that zone, but it wasn't a strong reaction. Then a news actually came out that create this imbalance. The same imbalance that is in GBP NZ is the same imbalance that is found in Euro NZ. I was expecting a sell-off from that zone. I was expecting a sell-off from that zone. I mean, when you look at the price action, I was expecting a sell-off from that zone, at least to this area here. I'm expecting a sell-off to this area. I'm going to be on the lookout for this pair because I don't want to miss out. I'm expecting a sell-off to this zone, at least the barest minimum, this zone right here, to sweep all of this low, to sweep all of the low. So I would have to wait and just check out the price action to see what price is doing. I'll have to wait to see what price is doing. I don't think I've entered any CJ trade. I was supposed to take this trade as a buy continuation, but I didn't, thank God I didn't set limits because the news actually took it out. I wanted to take this trade as a buy continuation to the upside. So what I'm going to do is wait for market to open. I'm going to wait for market to open to see what's happening exactly, to see how price is moving. I wanted to take a buy continuation from this zone, but it's not making sense. This is NZJPY. NZJPY has experienced a change of character. So I will take a sell entry from here because this is already an engineered liquidity. I'm going to take a sell entry because this is an engineered liquidity right here. I will take a sell entry from here. I'll take a sell entry from here. I'm going to enter from here. And I'll put my TP here. Upon my TP, I will enter about 0.5 lot on this trade. I'll enter about 0.5 lot on this trade. 0.5 lot. I'm going to enter 0.5 lot on this trade. If I go down to the 1 hour, see what's going on. 0.5. I'm going to enter this trade. By the grace of God. I'm going to put a red tag on that. CAD. I would look at this trade to see if I can enter. I wanted to enter from here. But the news came and created this imbalance. So I will wait because I'm expecting price to keep buying. I'm expecting price to keep buying. Let me see if anything special had happened. Okay, from year to year was 80 pips. It moved 80 pips. It engineered liquidity, tapped into POI. This is a possible sell continuation on card, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for card. This is a possible sell continuation on card. Let me go to the 1 hour to daily time frame. I'm going to go to the daily time frame. Looking at the daily time frame, price actually is bullish. I mean, there was a liquidity sweep right here, started going up. Once this liquidity sweep was, once price swept this liquidity, we experienced a little bit of a retracement to this level. A little bit of a retracement to this level. Price reacted from this zone as it should. Price reacted from this zone as it should. I have to wait for market open on this trade. I have to wait for market open on this trade. I have to wait for market open on this trade. I have to wait for market open on this. Where's my text? Wait for market open. I have to wait for market open on this. Because price, if price wants to keep coming down, I was actually expecting it to take this liquidity, at least to form a double top here. I was expecting price to form a double top here at least before a sell continuation. I mean, that's the most sensible thing the price can do. I was expecting it to form a double top right here. I was expecting it to form a double top right here before selling downward. So it's best to wait because this engineer liquidity here makes sense. If this area becomes an engineered liquidity, the next POI, I'll be expecting a sweep. Oh, I have to wait for this. I have to wait for this. This is a buy. No. AJ is bullish. AJ is bearish. AJ is bearish. AJ is bearish. AJ is bearish. AJ is very, very bearish. This would be the engineered liquidity zone. I have to wait. If I go down to the daily time frame, it's reacting from the zone. After coming into the zone, we're in this clustered area. And in this clustered area right here, price is coming down at most to this area. I'm expecting price to actually sweep this. I enter this zone. I'm expecting price to sweep this and tap into the zone for a sell, for a sell off. I mean, when you look at it, it's taking lows. Price is taking lows. Price is taking lows. Price is taking lows consistently. Price is consistently taking. Price is consistently taking lows. Price is consistently taking lows. Price is consistently taking lows right here. And the EU, the imbalance that was experienced in EU is a very, very crazy type of imbalance. As in, just take a look at the gap. Take a look at the gap. It's mind blowing. So that's all. That's all for today. That is all for today. I am grateful to be able to do some things. I learned from my mistakes last week. I will try not to, I'm going to try my best not to repeat some of those mistakes. I will try my best not to repeat some of those mistakes this week. And I will be studious. I will be consistently reviewing the market from time to time to see how price is moving. Da 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 da. So that's the end of today's stream. See you guys tomorrow. Thanks for your time.